If a shoe comes out that I remember from when I was a kid in high school, or I remember seeing a basketball player wear them, or I remember from a certain character in a movie or a sitcom wore them, I will try to go out and get that shoe. And the other thing is I'll just look for, decent quality sneakers, maybe a design that catches my eye that I haven't seen before, someone applying a new idea to an old model. There's a lot of things that'll make me go for them, but at this point I'm going for nostalgia and overall quality of the shoe. I do like pretty much something from every brand. I really like Made in the USA New Balances. For one, it's made in the USA, which is kind of cool to have because they're the only brand that still makes shoes in the USA. I do love Jordans. Like I said, I have a ton of old Jordans that I remember from when I was a kid. These are a pair from 1999. Still in pretty good shape for a pair that old. And I do, try to collect a good amount of Jordans. I'm a huge fan of Adidas. To me, the plain old basic black Adidas shell toe is about perfection for a sneaker. I have stuff from Asics. I have stuff from Saucony. I have stuff from Nike, Reebok, pretty much every brand, Fila, Converse. They all have something that I like about them, so I'll pick up something from each brand. The first pair of sneakers that I remember seeing that I really wanted to have was the Reebok Pump Omni Lights that D. Brown wore in the 1991 Slam Dunk Contest.
Oh, he's pumping his shoes up. Oh, there you go. There, first of all, he's got the favorite right there. He's pumping up his shoes.
I remember as a little kid watching that Slam Dunk Contest and watching him pump up the sneakers and thinking to myself, oh man, I need a pair of those. I currently own just over 200 pairs of sneakers. Even if they were only worth about $100 each, that would be around $20,000. I know a lot of my pairs are worth more than $100 each, though. The cool thing about this shoe is both colorways here, you can see they have that pinstripe pattern on them. It's a really thin canvas material, and underneath that material, it tears away, and there's graffiti art by Jeff McFetridge. People would carve their initials into them. People would just rip off whole panels and have, one panel here be graffiti and one panel here be pinstripe. I don't even know, but judging by how rare they were and how many people tore them apart, I might have the only two intact pairs, one of each colorway left. It's going to be time to break them out and wear them soon and maybe put a couple tears in that canvas. This is Nike Air Max 95 Dornbecker. And Dornbecker is a children's hospital in Oregon where Nike headquarters is. And every year they take some of the patients, the children, from that hospital and have them design their own Nike shoes. This shoe is really cool. It was designed by a kid who has a degenerative disease in his eyes. So if you see on the shoes where there's normally an Air Max 95 logo, it's in Braille. The bottom of the shoe here is kind of cool. It looks like piano keys because the kid loves playing music. And this is like one of the really cool things about sneaker collecting. You get to get a hold of some fun stuff like this. So I started a project on Instagram where every day this year, I'm going to try to wear a different pair of shoes. The hashtag on Instagram is 365 days of Pino's feet. I do have a lot of pairs that I have not worn yet, but I'm slowly working towards getting them all worn and in rotation before I get to be too old to wear flashy sneakers anymore. I would say a sneakerhead in today's terms has kind of a negative connotation. I think people think of it as like, this materialistic maniac who just will do anything to get that pair. And maybe I am that at times, but they just hold a significant memory to me on something that happened in sports or in culture. So I don't really like the term sneakerhead. I consider myself more of a collector. I have a wife and kids and a family now, so it's just become my hobby. Last summer, my wife was going away, taking the kids to visit family in New Jersey for 2 weeks, and I decided to surprise her. So I took a small chunk of my collection, 18 pairs. I sold them on Facebook groups, eBay, a few other locations, and with the money I got from that, I put a pool in the backyard before she got home. As I'm getting older with a family, I see the value in these shoes as, something, maybe a tradable commodity more than just, shoes in a box in my basement.